and update and keep bringing your music and culture directly to you. Especially if you hear something that touches you, click the support your favorite program button and donate on WACK 90.1 FM.
On Sunday, October 5th, atop the picturesque San Fernando Hill, we will experience this magic at the Eat, Drink and Jazz All-Inclusive Music Festival. 2014 brings to the stage international jazz icon Arturo Tappan, the First Lady of Jazz, Vonnet Bigfoot, Caribbean pop and soca sensation Kes Diffentala, Digicel rising star Ansel Valley, and the Alternative Quartet. Early bird tickets cost $4.50 and are available at Francis Fashion Shoe Locker, More Vino, More Sushi, North and South, Soon's Great Walls, Michael's and Jody's Gulf City, and Sunny's Electronics Point Fortune. Come, experience the magic.
True vibes on the True Nation Station, WACK 90.1 FM.
We are back.
That's right. Culture Craze Radio 90.1 FM. Just want to say top of the afternoon going on to all our listeners logging on www.wackradio901fm.com. Okay, so, and we're inside with Mr. Brian McFarlane. Now, the question I want to ask is, what's your take on the state of carnival when it comes to mass? Because we sit here and we talk about it a lot. And we also have a lot of the older band leaders and, a lot of people saying that we're losing the art form of mass. What's your take on that? The wire bending and, as you said, the theater. What's your take on the state of carnival when it comes to mass?
Carnival certainly isn't what I know it to be anymore, or what I grew up in, or what I understood it to be as a ritual of a people, as the expression of a soul, and a heart and a body of a nation. And it's strange you're asking me this question now, because and the spirits work in this way. But I just came inside chatting with great Stalin outside there, and I know he's another guest on your show later today, and we were both talking about this, and he said something to me which made a lot of sense, because I have this conversation quite often, and with people in the same sort of arena and whatnot, and what I was saying is that there was a time that I hoped, like fashion, there would be a cycle where it will come around and people will get tired of the beads and bikinis or whatever, and it will come back to the authentic costume and whatnot. Now, there are a lot of issues about that, and a lot of reasons why that may be very hard to do because of finances and the cost of materials to make fabulous costumes like that now, of course, is quite prohibitive and whatnot. But Stalin said something that was so powerful as well. He says, something, boy, sometimes I used to think the same thing. I used to hope that it could be a cycle, but boy, I feel the way going, I feel you're going to crash. And I said, I think that's what it is. I think it probably needs to crash. And we were both agreeing with that. It probably needs to reach to a stage that it actually crashes. And it needs to get back to the bare essentials. I would love to see a carnival next year or year after where the authorities would come out and say, you know what? We don't want to see no beads and bikinis. And we're not judging any of that on the stage. We're not judging anything else. We only judging basics. Go out there and we just decorate with bush. Go in the forest, get pods and branches and trees and leaves, and that is what we're judging on. And start back from the raw essentials, the basics of mesh wire, things that you just could find, nothing that you're going out to buy. Right. But I think we really need to come back to the essence of it all. But I feel that we sadly have a generation now. Obviously, the generation that's out there for carnival, they seem to be having fun. And having a great time, and nothing is wrong with that. Once it's good and clean fun, and you're not disturbing or hurting anybody else in doing it. But we could be doing this at some other time of the year. I don't think it should be in the spirit or the ritual of the mass, which is the expression of the people of Trinidad and Tobago, and I just feel that we need to come back to that very pure essence of who we were, because there's a generation now, a young generation, and I realized this when I was doing tours in my mass camp with youths and whatnot, and they would come in, and I would talk to them about the different band leaders and different artists, and I would ask them about like George Bailey and Harold Saldine and so forth, and they have never heard of these people. Yeah. And then I would ask about Wayne Barkley, and a lot of the youths have never heard about Wayne Barkley. And then I ask about Peter Minchin, and they'd say, oh yes, we know about him, but we don't know what he really did as far as mass. These are young kids out in school now. And you realize that there's no traditions being continued. There should be a curriculum in the studies, in the colleges and the universities. Well, I know the university has something going on in creative arts, but from very small ages, from primary school level, we should be teaching the art form and teaching the whole reason where the mask came from, what it is there, what it depicts. So you have this generation out there that don't understand it, don't know where it came from, they don't know the influences of the Africans, don't know the influences of the Europeans or the Indians, and they just look at it as a time to get on bad and have a big party. It's a celebration of flesh and alcohol and music, and to me that is sad.
All right, definitely.
And Brian, well, from my perspective, you know, I've been with you from the washing, my band, and you was someone that took that opportunity and that chance on certain musicians, and you always upkept certain things in the band with Laventille Rhythm Section, always having Pan, always having Tassa, always having Stilt Walkers,
live brass band
in Surface, and we started with the washing and finale, Joy the finale. We was there from the beginning to the end. And
I'm just going to pop in here now, and people on the radio station can't see this, but I'm saying this for people on TV. But for who don't know, we are actually brothers, and you could look and see the resemblance.
It is there.
We are brothers.
Wow.
It's there. It's
wow.
Yeah.
We are brothers.
and truly, we are. You know, truly we are. Our spirits are always connected. But the $2 million question that the world wants to know, and including myself, because I understood the reason.
Yeah.
For the exit, because I was there.
Yeah, you saw the pain.
I saw the joy, the pain, and the indifferent.
Yeah.
And the $2 million question is: are you going to return at any point in time? Do you see, under this present system of the mass, and we know that not only the mass, not only the mass, but there's just a lot of politics going on behind the scenes of the mass, right? But the masqueraders and the workers, because when you exit something, is not just, I know it was a difficult decision for you, because it was a whole generation, a whole group of people that still hurt to today. So my question to you is, at any point in time, do you see yourself returning into Carnival under any circumstance?
Well, I just want to be very clear about one thing first. This $2 million question, is it that I answer the question, you give me $2 million?
Well, maybe I can make a call and I will be waiting for you downstairs.
It was hard, as you said, Tony. You know, it was very hard. That was a bittersweet carnival, because it was a beautiful band, Joy the finale, absolutely beautiful. And I remember, I know I'm diverting a bit, and I do this all the time when I talk, so you might need to remind me to get back on track. But I remember when we were planning that band, you know, at the meetings with the directors and the road management and whatnot, and I was planning the different theatrics and what I was going to do, and it had said that year, I think, that we only had half an hour or something on stage to present, which was ridiculous for a large band who wants to do a proper theatrical production. But and I told him, I said, it doesn't matter, and I'm not going out there to win. It's not about the winning. We are going to tell a story. It's the mass. It's my last year, and it has to be strong. It has to be powerful. It has to be joyous, but it has to be emotional. And we will do this. And if we take an hour, we'll take the hour. But in the end, I think we took like 10 minutes more. But it was about going out and doing it and presenting the band in the proper way. But I gave the band notice of a year. From a year in advance, all the staff knew. I didn't just drop it on them that we're not coming out again. So I knew that they could start making other alternative arrangements, because of course I was concerned about everybody.
Well, we hoped. We knew 2 years from now you were leaving, but we hoped.
Yeah. But that was the reality of it. And what I do now is, even with all my corporate events and so that I do, because I still am very much infused by the culture of Trinidad and Tobago. I mean, this is my blood that flows through the veins. So anytime I'm doing one of these events, I still have the African drums and the tassa and the tambour bamboo or whatever, and the costumes and whatnot are still involved. So the Mars Camp is there on an on and off basis. So I still bring out the same members of staff that will come and assist and help. So not as much as I could or would like to, but they're still somewhat around me and still involved.
Are you going to partake?
Oh yes, I knew you wouldn't let me forget the actual question. So the answer to that is sadly no. I don't think I will be coming back on the streets, and for a number of reasons, as I was saying earlier, it's very hard now to continue producing mass at that level with the cost of materials. And having said, I mean, you know for yourself, a lot of these stuff we use are things that we use locally and whatnot, but still there's cost. Nobody works in a mass camp voluntary like I did for Gary many years ago. Everybody expects to be paid. They're artisans and they want to be paid. There's all the overhead duties of a mass camp and running it. I remember talking to Roy Cape about 4 or 5 years ago, and he says, Mark, I don't know why you're still trying to do this. I mean, just go to a DJ instead of, because that year we were having him. And I said, but I really want you on the road. And he did come and play with us, but he was saying, no, it's such an expense and nobody else is doing it. Why? And I said, because it is what the art form is. I want to keep all of the aspects alive. But to bring all of those things back, and especially that you've closed off and you've left the arena, to come back and reassemble those troops to come back and play with you, it could be also a difficult thing. Could be an easy thing, maybe.
No, it will be. But people waiting.
But I don't think so, Tony. But having said that, I do want to do something really spectacular, and you and I have spoken about this.
Yes.
But I want to create. I'm a huge fan of Cirque du Soleil, and I've travelled many countries just to see them. London, New York. I've been to Las Vegas last year and seen 6 shows in 7 nights.
Right.
And they're phenomenal because it's a circus type show that has no animals, but it plays on all of your senses: smell, touch, music, whatever the case may be, effects and whatnot. And I want to take that concept and use our traditions of mass, or the traditional characters of mass, and infuse that into that very technological sort of setting, which is what the world knows now, and the world accepts in a big way. And show it first here in Trinidad, and have it filmed and whatnot, and then take it abroad to people who have worked with, like the Ramsey brothers from New York with Panjaz, or the Troxy in London, or the Royal Ontario Museum. We have done a 6-month exhibition, and all these people are waiting for me to bring a show. So by doing that, I will still be in my own way, keeping the art form alive, still promoting Trinidad and Tobago abroad, and still satisfying my urge to be embedded into the culture of Trinidad and Tobago.
Okay. All right. Yeah. That's great. 10 minutes on the way to 4 o'clock. Going to take a quick break. When we get back, going to open up the phone lines and, get some love from TNT and the world. We're inside. It's the Culture Drive.
Pleasant good afternoon, sir. Where are you heading today?
Boss, Miami. I go in Miami. Last year I went to Miami in white. That boat ride was the best. So this year I'm going back, but this year is denim and white. So that's why I go in. Saturday 11th of October I go in Miami, denim and white. Miami I go in.
I'll have to search your bag, sir.
All inside of there is my white shoe, my pants and our shoes. And here I carry a shirt for my partner Desmond.
Okay, I see your shirt, I see your pants, and I see your shoes, and I see a sheet.
Boss, I don't know shit. That Desmond shirt. Why you always sober? You can make the man feel big man, that the man shirt. Don't see that hard now, boy. Remember, it's Miami denim and white boat ride. Saturday 11th of October. Miami are coming. Look out.
We got up in the hot sun.
On Sunday, October 5th, atop the picturesque San Fernando Hill, we will experience this magic at the Eat, Drink and Jazz All-Inclusive Music Festival. 2014 brings to the stage international jazz icon Arturo Tappan, the First Lady of Jazz, Vonnet Bigfoot, Caribbean pop and soca sensation Kes Diffentala, Digicel rising star Ansel Valley, and the Alternative Quartet. Early bird tickets cost $4.50 and are available at Francis Fashion Shoe Locker, More Vino, More Sushi, North and South, Soon's Great Walls, Michael's and Jody's Gulf City, and Suddy's Electronics Point Fortune. Come, experience the magic.
Trouble and Marshall, alive and well. Who me say? I see life at the party.